Hey guys, welcome to a morning musings evening edition. Mainly because I totally screwed up this morning and forgot all about the live stream, and I apologize for that. It's like the second or third time that it slipped my mind. I'm gonna need to have somebody maybe call me up on Sunday mornings and remind me to go live because it totally slipped my mind. It was probably afternoon before I realized today was Sunday and I missed a live stream. So I apologize for that, but we're going to make up for it by going live this evening. And same thing we always do on the morning musings, just kick back, enjoy a cold drink. No coffee tonight, but cold drink tonight, and just talk quail or whatever y'all want to talk about. Um, I'm curious as to how many of you were waiting this morning for the live, and it never happened. I know over on the Caternix Corner group, the community, there was a couple comments over there saying, "What happened to the live stream? I was sitting around waiting, blah blah blah." Well, that's cool. David says I like the evening edition best, anyways. Cool. Um, yeah. Well, like I say, I try to make up for it. If I miss the live in the morning and I remember it the same day, we'll go live in the evening just to make up for it. So for those of you who don't know, or this is your first time joining us, what we do every Sunday morning, if Terry remembers, we just do a quick live, about an hour or so, just basically talk quail and no real topics. We're just whatever you guys want to talk about. So we are going to do that again tonight. But normally it is every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless, again, like I forget, and we have to do it at 7 o'clock at night. So I see we got a few people in here who normally join us on Sunday mornings. So that's cool. Again, I've been really busy out in my shop. For those of you who don't know, I went through and completely gutted my shop, got rid of all my quail cages and all my birds, and I'm getting my woodworking equipment all set up back there again. I've got some projects that I'm working on, and we are going to be offering them to start with over on the Gulf Coast Quail website, because I really don't want to start another domain just for something different. I had a few people message me and ask me if I was done with quail altogether, and I assure you guys I am not. What we did was we got rid of all our birds indoors, and I'm going to set up some stuff outside, some cages and whatnot, and we're going to document building those cages. And I'm just going to move my quail operation outdoors, basically because being in the house here, not in the house, but in the shop, which is underneath the roof of our house, there's just too much dust and dander building up, and I had to move them outside. But I did have a kind of a little bit of a surprise. One of the members of the Caternix Corner Facebook group, Double R Ranch, which is run by Kerry Blackman, he sent me half a dozen Rhode Island red chicks. He's going to start shipping live birds, and he wanted to do a test. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a few chickens. It's been a long time since I've had chickens, probably close to 5 or 6 years. So he sent me a half a dozen Rhode Island red chicks. I've got them in a brooder right now, out in the shop, but closer into the laundry room. Yeah, and I figure, I'll grow them up and I'll let them stay in the aviary for now until I can build another chicken coop. And then hopefully, in about 6 months, 5 or 6 months, we'll be getting some fresh chicken eggs. So that'll be nice again, Give me something to do too while I'm working on getting the quail and whatnot going again. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen it, but I've been stumbling across a lot of posts about a poultry show up in Ohio. and it looks like it was a pretty good time. There was a lot of people um, that interact with Kachernick's Corner. Bree Patz, Rebecca Lynch, Corey Blackman, um, quite a few others that I guess drove up to Ohio for this show, and they posted a bunch of pictures over on Facebook, and it looked like it was a pretty good time. And I guess the best part is that they all these people that are working together online and sharing ideas and whatnot finally got to meet up uh, in person. So that'd be really cool. And I'm not a big poultry nut, or I would have maybe gone up to that, but my sister texting me. Um, Nice, quiet Thanksgiving together. It's funny too because she was saying that the neighbors across the street, which are good friends of ours, invited us over for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, we've had the kids in the house for 20 some odd years, and it was always pretty hectic around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let's enjoy it, the peace and quiet ourselves. So I thought that was kind of funny, but it was very nice of our neighbors to invite us over, though. All right, let me jump over in the chat room and see what's going on. If you guys have any, comments or anything that you want to talk about, go ahead, post it over in the chat room. I see there's already some people talking amongst themselves over there, so that's pretty cool. All right, where are we at here? Debeki's in the house. There's not much activity in the chat. I just happened to come across the feed saying that it was starting soon. Yeah, it's kind of a surprise live, I guess you would say. Normally, being Sunday, my Shire had their live streams normally Sunday in the evening, so I really didn't, like to do a live stream in the evening, especially at the same time. But I don't think they've gone live in quite a while. It's been over a month, as far as I know, unless they change dates and times. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm glad you joined us anyhow, Nabiki. Chris Darrell / Rose Elrod's in the house, says hi. Glad you could join us. Nabiki talking to him says hello. Andy Pearson's in the house, says my alert. My alert said it was starting. Mash the like button. Yeah, you guys can do that. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Kind of helps with the algorithms. Although I don't really worry so much about this live stream as I do the Kachernick's Corner live, because that's the one. It's a little bit bigger. We got quite a few more viewers, and that helps the algorithms bring people into the channel and whatnot. So, but it's that time of year anyhow where things on YouTube start slowing way down. Usually, after the first of the year, everybody starts thinking about spring again, and so they're searching the channels and whatnot. So. Nabiki said, I made my first quail cooking video. Not a lot of views, but it's a super simple recipe. Go ahead and post the link to it if you want here in the chat room, Nabiki. And, for those of you who haven't seen it, I think I saw a comment on it or about it over on the Facebook group page. But I haven't seen it yet either, so. Quentin Singletary says, where can I buy quail? Where can you not buy quail? I would recommend sticking to some of the more reputable breeders. There's about a half a dozen or more that I trust as far as getting hatching eggs from, and that would be One Southwest Game Birds, Thieving Outer Farm, Bryant's Roost, Gopher Ridge Quail, Kansas City Quail Farm. Trying to think who else. Those are the bulk of the people that I pretty much recommend most of the time. There are some others out there. Just make sure, like if you find somebody over on the Facebook groups, do your homework, talk to people. If you find somebody, especially if you haven't heard their name before, make sure that you research them and find out that they're reputable and they've got good stock and they're not going to. Oh, okay. I see, Quentin, you're in Southeast Georgia. Well, HP Murray is in Georgia. And if you look up, I think it's gopherridgequail.com or gopherridge.com. If you do a search for it, you can find it. But HP's got some nice birds. Debiki says you might check your local Craigslist if you're looking for birds and not hatching eggs. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Did you say? Yeah, you didn't specify whether you wanted hatching eggs or live birds. So, Child of God's in the house says hello all. Glad you could join us. Justin 0077 says hello. Glad you could join us, Justin. Hazy Bees Honey, which is David Smith, says, I like the evening edition best anyways. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing the morning ones, and I like the morning ones just because it, kind of gets me going and gets me an idea of, what I'm going to be planned out for the day. And it's nice, sit around, drink some coffee, and talk with some of you guys. So, but yeah, we'll try next Sunday to be here at 9 a.m. Diana Tuttle Tut Farm says hello. Child of God said I forgot as well. Yeah, I was wondering how many people didn't even realize that we didn't go live this morning. I think a lot of people just wait to get the notification. Sachin says hi, sir. Hello, glad you could join us. Debiki says I forgot about it too. Happens to me about the time I wake up, so I may or may not be there. Yeah, I hear you. Otis says, I liked your cooking video. Obviously, you're talking to Nabiki. And he says, I play guitar in praise band almost every Sunday, so I have to watch the replay. Yeah, and I was wondering about that too. When we first decided to do it on Sundays, I didn't know whether to do it earlier, like say 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 8 o'clock. And then I thought, if we make it 9 o'clock Eastern, then it's going to be 10 Central. And, I'm sorry, not 10. It's going to be 8 Central and then 7 and 6 out on the West Coast. So 6 is pretty early to be getting up watching a live stream. The Steve says, I checked this morning. Hell to get old. I have notes and reminders all over the house and phone. Yeah, the funny thing is when I went to bed last night, that was one of the things I was thinking that, okay, I got a live stream first thing in the morning, and then I'm going to get out and work on the CNC machine and whatnot in the shop. But come morning, boy, I woke up and it's like, where's my coffee? I got to get out in the shop. Where's my coffee? So I didn't even think about it. You're right, it is hell getting old. ACB's Honey says, Terry, I'm starting over because I want to focus on pharaohs. I'm going in too many directions with all the quality breeders available now. I hear you there. And I'm basically leaning towards the same thing. Back when I first got into quail, it was only for meat and eggs. That's all I cared about. I wasn't really into, fancy colors and whatnot. But, as I learned over the years, I learned a little bit about genetics. I learned about all the different colors. And I'm like, come on, Terry. Allie from Maine's Confetti Quail Farm, she reached out to me one day and said, I'd be interested in doing a basic genetics course on your channel if you don't mind. And I said, absolutely, as long as you take me with you and teach me about the genetics, because back then I knew nothing about genetics. So, and that's when I started, getting into some of the different colors. The red pansies were my favorite. I really liked Manchurians. I liked, the fawn gene that was homozygous for Manchurian, and just all the different ways it was going. I had Michael Rose sent me a whole bunch of different colors over the past year or two, and I started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I like, what? I don't have a whole lot of room for all these different colors. Maybe it'd be better off to specialize in one or two, and be able to sell and ship eggs, which is what I planned on doing this year until all this nonsense with the the breathing issues out in the shop and whatnot. I'm not going to go into that again, but yeah, it was terrible. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, setting up my birds outside, like kind of like Chris from Slightly Redneck does, and just going to have a few cages where I've got some grow outs, a couple breeding pens, and I'll probably just stick with Pharaohs. I don't know. We'll have to see, but that's the game plan for right now. Diana Nora says, Alaska, glad you could join us. Samantha's joining us from Michigan, says, don't mind either time on Sunday. Yeah, we're going to keep it at 9 o'clock just because of the people, that are west of us. So, Debiki says, YouTube algorithms are so weird. I've been doing a daily growth series, and some videos get 2 views while others get 2,000. Yep, I agree 100%. I know that one of the biggest things you can do, Nabiki, to really get your views up is make sure that you title the videos using a lot of commonly searched keywords. Like I don't know what you're naming yours now, but maybe say something about cooking, something about easy meal. I don't know, whatever. Instead of like quail dinner, just try to think of what a bunch of people would search for and then title your videos that way. Nabiki said, I posted the link. Hope it showed up. I haven't seen it yet, but let's see here. No, I haven't seen it yet either. Nabiki says, if you check it out, post in the comments what other recipes you may want to see. There you go. Don's in the house. Is hello from South Mississippi. Glad to see you. And we're glad to see you here, Don. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Delvin Fleming says, your channel is always filled with great nuggets of helpful info. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad that you are getting some use out of the channel. One of the things I do want to say is we have a lot of people that join in on the channel as far as, joining us for live streams and whatnot. And that's what really helps. I mean, it's, they've donated a lot of information. I just share with you guys what I'm doing here, but to get other people to come on and share their ways of doing things and give us their input, it's really helpful, and it helps the channel too. Quentin says, thank you, Terry. Danny Nora says, will the link show up in the live chat, Nabiki? It should. I mean, you should be able to see the link. It might not be a hyperlink, but it should show up. I'm not seeing it, Nabiki, and I'm wondering if YouTube has this stupid thing. Hold on, I might be able to fix it. YouTube has a like a moderation thing where they can block a comment or put a comment in there for approval, and that's why I got to get some what do you call them back in here, moderators, because they could take care of this while I am doing the lives. Where are we at here? And of course I'm not seeing it right now. Let me go to this one here. No, sorry about that, Nabiki. You can try posting it again and see if it doesn't come up, or just maybe type just the name of your channel, and that way people can just go to your thing. Scott says, do you know anyone in Texas selling hatching eggs? I did. But I thought I read something recently that's saying he was getting out of quail altogether. But you can always check out Matt Heidrich M&M Quail Farm, MM Quail Farm. I'm not sure if he's still selling hatching eggs for quail or not. Matt's got so much going on his farm. I mean, it's a huge farm. He's got all kinds of exotics and whatnot. So, but he used to ship hatching eggs quite a bit. Fat Country's in the house. Says hello, surprise. I'm here from Tampa. Surprise, we're here. Morning musings at 7:00 at night. Glad you could join us there, Fat Country. Alicia Watson says, evening, Terry. I'm getting my incubators ready for the newest quail breed released from Thieving Otter Farms. Or a new color variety, rather. Can't wait to find out what it is. Knowing Rebecca, it'll be something interesting. But here's what I don't understand. And nothing against Rebecca, but she said in her Facebook group that this is a new, I can't remember if she said new color variety. Anyway, it's not available in the States yet. Nobody in the States has them. So why can't she tell us what they are? Nobody else is going to steal nobody else is going to take the business away from her if nobody else has them. So I don't know. I got to razz her on that. The Aquatic Experience says, hello from Arizona. Glad you could join us. Debiki says, I've been putting in tags. Yeah, I do tags on mine too. I don't know how much they help. I can tell you that title, words or keywords in the title are the biggest thing to get, to get you on the front page of YouTube. Hazy Bees Hunter says, I make a killer quail egg mayonnaise. That would be cool. I've never had any quail egg mayonnaise. I'd like the recipe for that. As soon as I get some quail and get some eggs going again. Antonio says recommendation for celadons. Let's see. I believe Michael Rose is still working with celadons. I know that Naomi, Kansas City Quail Farm, does celadons. I'm not sure of anybody else. I don't know if Rebecca's doing them or not. Debiki says, I think the links get filtered out, probably for anti-spam. It's very possible. Eric says, hi, anyone selling in the Miami area? Not that I know of, but, if you're just looking for hatching eggs, you can pretty much get anybody to ship. If you're looking for live birds, I don't know of anybody in South Florida at all that's got live birds right now. Beaky says there's a quail-specific forum section on backyard chickens. I think I've seen that once or twice. Flynn Farmer says hi from northern Manitoba. Glad you could join us, Flynn Farmer. Miranda says, what time did we start? Just saw the live. Normally it starts at 9 o'clock in the morning, but tonight we started at 7 p.m. Eastern because I forgot to go live this morning. Just totally slipped my mind. Miranda says, first time attending the live. Welcome. Glad you could join us. Like I say, on Tuesdays we go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and normally the morning musings is Sundays at 9 a.m., if I remember. It seems like the last few weeks my memory's been kind of getting worse and worse. Otis says it's something black and white from Clues. Really? I wonder. So she's working on something with that black line. That's interesting. I'm going to have to get back in the group and see what she's saying over there because I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to it. One thing that's been really driving me nuts, and I almost said something on Facebook about it, I am seeing so many AI pop-ups. I mean, some of them look pretty darn realistic too, but I'm just sick and tired of AI. I don't like it. I don't think it's very good for society. Yeah, it can help you in some ways, but I don't know. I'm seeing pop-ups all over the place and comments and ads and everything. where it's AI generated, and it drives me nuts. Alicia says, welcome aboard, Miranda. Miranda says, thank you. Tony's in the house. Says, hi from Toronto. Glad you could join us, Tony. All right, we are down to the bottom of the list. I didn't think it was going to be a very busy night tonight. One, because nobody knew we were going live. And two, Sundays we just never have a big crowd show up. And I think it's probably that time of year where not a lot of people are surfing the internet and going through YouTube and whatnot. Not like they do in the springtime. In the springtime we get hundreds of viewers in the live streams, but it just doesn't seem to be happening right now. So if we got Clifton is in the house. Says, hello from South Mississippi. My wife and I just put 82 eggs in the incubator, hoping for a good hatch. I hope you get a good hatch too. And that's one thing I got to do is I got to figure out where I am going to, once I get my new cages put together, where I'm going to get me some eggs from. Like I say, I'm probably just going to stick with Pharaohs. So, got to find somebody that can give me a good deal on eggs. All right, guys. Well, it's 7:30. We lasted 30 minutes anyhow. So I guess we might as well just go ahead and pull the plugs. I'm not seeing a whole lot of activity going on in the chat room anymore. But I want to invite you guys to join us Tuesday for the Caternix Corner Live. As far as I know, we don't have a guest for that yet. I don't know. Maybe I can check around tomorrow and see if anybody's interested in coming on. But we'll be going live Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then again next Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, if I don't forget, like I always seem to do. But I do want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, what's left of it, and a good upcoming week. Stay safe. And we will see you guys all on Tuesdays. Have a great night.